come for you. Just like a freight train rolling tight, full of rhythm and blues. Testify. It's a rock revival. Oh shit. Fuck. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just listening to my favorite musical artist. I don't know if you've heard of him. It's Kid the Rock. He's been one of my favorite artists for as long as I can remember, at least February 22nd, 2024, when he was on my favorite podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience. I mean, ever since, it's just been, what a whirlwind it has. I mean, Cowboy, Photograph, others. I mean, it's just... It's just, he's one of the most prolific and consistently qualitative artists out there. I mean, this album is called Rock and Roll Jesus, and boy, is he ever. I mean, wow. All right. Settle down, everybody. It's Friday, March 8th. Welcome to episode 30 of The Village People. Thank you. Thanks for everyone for tuning in last week. I'm very, very thankful and pleasantly surprised by the turnout. Not at our village peak, but for exactly 11 months on hiatus, plus a day if you count leap day. I'd say it's pretty damn good. So thanks to everyone who tuned in, and also thanks to everyone who's been watching clips on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has been doing better than it ever has. Yeah. So as you can probably hear, I'm sick and I'm alone. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, me and Sarah were both under the weather when we recorded the last episode. As you could probably tell by my mouth breathing the whole fucking time. So get ready for more of that. But yeah, she also is sicker than I, so I am braving it in the podcast factory this week. Hopefully I don't get anyone else sick. That's just a little joke. We have fun here. Yeah, so it's just going to be me this week. Hopefully it's not the worst episode we've ever done. I do have a little something planned for the second half. Again, wasn't supposed to be just me, but I hope I can pull it off. With that being said, it's basically time to start the show. Anyways, yeah, so, I don't know, I think he's got a lot of, he's got a lot of cool ideas, just like Joe, he's a working class guy. Like, he's got this lyric here in this other song that is, also just like a motherfucking banger, certified suburb hellscape classic. In this song, he says, let me read these lyrics verbatim. Sitting here alone, I'm looking back on where I've roamed and laughing how I swore I'd win and not get burned. Left my family, left my home. I worked my fingers to the bone. Hey, no you didn't. No you didn't, Kid Rock. You probably left your family and your shitty Detroit home, but you didn't work your fingers to the bone. Hey, you worked them to the calluses on a guitar, playing shitty fucking riffs that were invented 20 years before you hit the scene. But sure, yeah, you worked your fingers to the bone in all those Detroit car factories, I'm sure. Yeah. Just like Joe, you know. Joe, he's a union guy, just like me, and every man, just like me. He definitely knows what's best for me. So I listen to everything he says. I watch every single episode, every single day, because apparently the Joe Rogan Experience is releasing episodes. I mean, let's look at the calendar. This is just ridiculous. February 2nd, that's a Sunday, right? That was Jeff Dye. Everyone knows Jeff Dye. I mean, Jesus. I've been watching his stand-up for years, personally. I mean, yeah. I mean, what a guy. I mean, such classics as, and, I mean, you can't forget that one. February 6th was Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker. Fair. February 7th, the next day, the boy, the lad, the battling, the what do they call, like a Spartan? He's like a Spartan. He's a dueling intellectual. You know, he's one of these Olympian intellectuals. Aaron Rodgers. That was on February 7th. February 9th, Cameron Haynes and Steven Ranella. Steven Ranella's an outdoorsman, conservationist, writer, and the host of Meat Eater. Cameron Haynes is a master bow hunter, outdoorsman, elite athlete, author, and host of the podcast Keep Hammering with Cameron Haynes. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck do you get out of this shit, man? I listened, like, bit's over. I listened to the full Kid Rock episode, mind you, on 2x speed, but I listened to it. And yeah, sometimes I slowed it down, but you can pretty much get all you need with 2x speed. I'm not listening to a fucking 3.5 hour podcast where all you do is meander the whole fucking time, jump from topic to fucking topic every 2 seconds without saying anything about anything. I mean, it's empty calories. Christ. I mean, in the heyday of JRE, it was still overblown how much of a thinking man's podcast it was. But fucking Christ, there is just no brain activity going on in that podcast. There's not a pulse. I mean, let's just fucking pull it up. Jesus, man.
Publicly, and I've had shit thrown at me at my level.
Yeah.
Just constantly nonstop.
Really quick, I'm not going to play the boring shit because what the fuck. But this was the first, like, even semblance of a something that I could grab onto. And this is an hour and 33 minutes in. And we're not even there yet.
This guy's took it every fucking day. That's why we call him Teflon Don.
He is.
Hold on, gotta back up a second because that's just great.
$1 million on the water. He's got property, 18 acres on the water and the intercoastal.
Just the land alone is insanely valuable. And then there's a palace on it. Like, for you to tell me that's only...
Oh, yeah, they're dick riding about fucking Mar-a-Lago getting undervalued. Listen, I don't know fucking shit about real estate. And guess what? Neither do these guys. They maybe know a little bit more than me because they're homeowners, multiple homeowners, mansion owners, whatever the fuck. You know, working class guys working their nails to the bone or whatever the fuck, fingers to the bone, fucking sucking dick down to the bone, and they're I mean, what Mar-a-Lago was estimated as 18 million or something. I guess it sounds low. I guess it sounds low, but I don't know. What can the fuck you even... I just don't... Why do you care? Why the fuck do you care? I mean, maybe they are playing games. Maybe they did undervalue his property. Welcome to the fucking world, dude. It's a game. It's all made up.
Worth $18 million. I'd buy 3 of those.
And this is the guy who fucking invented... he's the guy that I can't even say popularized, because this was popularized long before, but this is the fucking conspiracy guy, the guy who's supposed to understand that everything's a game and everyone's out to get you and this and fucking that. But yeah, he doesn't. He's mystified that in politics, politicians can pull the levers of power to influence things in the direction that they want to. It's almost like that's the system working as designed.
Vacant land on Zillow. Go to Zillow. Type in Palm Beach. Go
like
highest to lowest price.
Bro.
And as you can tell, I'm sick. Sarah is too. She was. We tried recording this morning, but it didn't go well. And then her friend got into a car accident, so we couldn't get back to it. So this is kind of an experimental broadcast. Who knows if it'll even make it out by myself? But yeah, let's do it.
Something will come up for $100 million. It's 2 acres.
I'm not even a real estate investor, but if for you to tell me that's only worth $18 million, I'd buy 3 of them.
Property 18 acres on the water and the intercoastal.
Just the land alone
not the
is
intercoastal,
insanely valuable. And then there's a palace on it.
Palace?
For you to tell me that's only worth $18 million, I'd buy 3 of those.
There's vacant land on Zillow. Go to Zillow. Type in Palm Beach.
Sell them.
Go
no, it's
highest
worth
to
all
lowest
the money
price.
in the world.
Bro,
Something will come up for $100 million. It's 2 acres.
I'm not even a real estate investor, but if I found that
Exact.
for sale,
Stop. Full stop. Full stop. I'm not an expert. And we're moving on, because why would we fucking listen to you?
for $18 million, I'd snatch that shit up and turn it right around.
Right.
It's just that easy. You can any old fucking Nathan Fielder, Emma Stone duo can flip Mar-a-Lago easy peasy and make a nice mint.
You're crazy. That's so biased to say.
Oh, it's so biased. Oh my God. Why does it lie? Why does it lie, Jamie?
That's $18 million, no matter what metric you're using.
Think about it. It's been
insane.
pretty much every day, every week since this guy came down the escalator and announced he was running for president. It's been nonstop, and I can confirm that because I got on board pretty early before he got.
I can confirm that because I've basically been riding his dick nonstop, 24/7. Been a part of his posse since he came down the golden escalator and gave me a golden shower. Did I mention I'm Kid Cock?
Nomination publicly.
Did I mention I like Kid Cock?
And I've had shit thrown at me at my level.
Yeah.
Just constantly nonstop.
Oh yeah, dude. Kid Rock is, I mean, yeah, he's up there. The greats, the great, billionaires that people like to throw shit at. Oh, that's amazing color commentary, Zack. People are gonna love this episode.
This guy's took it every fucking day. That's why we call him Teflon Don.
He is, in an odd way, the only president that didn't age.
I just want to tug those little fucking pigtails that Kid Rock's got, man. Just grab them both by one hand. Use them as reins. You get the rest.
And you know what else I'm gonna do? Rape you.
Unbelievable. That guy doesn't miss a fairway. Hits it 250 yards right down the freaking middle.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
And that's his only form of exercise, too, right?
He's so smart when he's talking numbers and different things and his memory, like everything. You're just like, man, it's mind-boggling.
The levels of cock gobblery are astounding. He is on par, if not slightly more on it, no pun intended, than Biden. How the fuck can you say this with a straight face without letting his cum drip out of your fucking mouth.
Really?
He's that smart. Really is. It's unbelievable.
Has there ever been a turnaround like that before where like so many people love the guy for his bombastic personality and then he becomes president and then they all hate him?
Listen, I don't know. I can't speak to what it was like in the 80s when people really loved Trump. But my whole life, he was a joke. He was the Apprentice guy. He was the guy on the show my stepmom watched religiously. The guy your stepmom likes, the guy, the host of Survivor, the host of Fear Factor, these aren't guys that are cool. At least they weren't. When we were in school, we fucking bullied kids that liked Kid Rock. I remember there was a kid who had a Kid Rock shirt, and we mercilessly bullied him. You had a better shot of being cool and being a fucking Weird Al fan growing up. And obviously you were ahead of the curve there. That's fucking cool shit. But you were a fucking nerd if you liked Kid Rock back in the day. I mean, that was like, it was worse than Christian rock as far as optics were concerned, man. I mean, Jesus. And he's just got such a finite amount of good songs. What is the fucking...
When it all started,
See, the media would have you think that everyone hates him.
No, most people love him. The reality is when you go to the UFC, I said when you, Tucker Carlson, him, and Dana White walked in, it was like the Republican Avengers.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was the most insane reaction. It was like they have a super team. There's a super.
Where was that one at?
Well, I've seen you guys walk in
New
together
York.
Multiple times. New York for
Vegas,
sure.
Miami.
Miami was a big one.
But they were all nuts.
Yes, New York
What
was
are they saying?
bananas.
Yes.
Bananas.
What are they saying?
New
Nothing.
York City.
And that is
Madison
a
Square Garden.
very diverse crowd, the UFC.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. The
Let's
UFC
get to the
is
fucking
most
lesbians,
diverse
kid.
crowd.
Look at Tucker smiling.
The UFC is filled with people from all walks of life. There's a giant lesbian fan population of the UFC.
I got a huge
bunch of
lesbian fan base.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I had a couple lesbians in my band. We always joke, like back in the day, like the early days, like always be these fucking hot chicks in the front row showing their titties and shit, just cool rock and roll shit.
Right here.
And like, so I got a great
Let's see
friend,
that again.
fan base.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I had a couple lesbians in my band. We always joke, like back in the day, like the early days, like always be these fucking hot chicks in the front row showing their titties and shit, just cool rock and roll shit. And like, so I got a great friend in,
Bro, I'm sorry, but those titties were some of the most fucking rotten, or they were just those 90s bolt-on fucking freak-ass Uncanny Valley Polar Express titties. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's a really cool rock shit. It's a really cool rock and roll shit. That's what I'm talking about, dude. You should be embarrassed to be a Kid Rock fan. Dude is literally like the rock star version of the kid who, oh, my dad showed me classic rock. I'm better than all of you guys. And then he just makes garbage, like amalgamation fucking fusion music. Like, no one fucking wants rap rock, dude. Nobody. We tried. And the thing is, he's better at that than just regular fucking Southern rock. He's so much worse at doing genuine rock and roll music. Oh, God.
Dan McGurk, and he's got some issues, and what do you call Down syndrome or whatever, and so he's posted a lot of things publicly. I kind of stopped doing Make-A-Wish and kind of.
I'm sorry, I totally lost.
Had a couple
the fucking track, man.
lesbian base.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I had a couple lesbians in my band. We always joke, like back in the day, like the early days, like always be these fucking hot chicks in the front row showing their titties and shit. Just.
My dad, he got into the mob in the early days when the kid was good. I always thought, would that be like getting on the ground floor of something?
Cool rock and roll shit. And like, so I got a great friend in at Toledo, Ohio, Dan McGurk. And, he's got some issues. And what do you call Down syndrome or whatever. And so.
Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Oh my fucking God, shut the fuck up, dude. It's got my friend Dan Kirk. He's my clearly real good buddy, not just your token fucking. Yeah, he's out of Toledo, Ohio. He's got some fucking issues, you know. What is this, 1975? What you call it, Down syndrome or something? We didn't have it when I was a kid, but you know.
He's posted a lot of things publicly. You know, I kind of
his big ass dick.
Stopped doing Make-A-Wish, and it kind of took him for life. You know,
his wish was penis enlargement surgery, but they were like, "Sir, you have Down syndrome. It's already massive." And they're like, "Sir, you have Down syndrome. You already have the biggest cock in the room." He's like, "I don't care. Whatever you have to do, put it on me. I want to do the helicopter."
He's my friend, and I'm going to be with this kid forever, whether we
That's
go
awesome.
to a Pistons game or, you know.
Oh, he adopted him? He adopted him fucking Matt Gates style, and he doesn't even know his beautiful boy's fucking issues, quote unquote. It's a gift from God, by the way. Mr. Kid Rock. Mr. the Kid, if that's even your real fucking name.
Well, he comes to all the shows, anything like that. So, but as a result of that, and then having two lesbians in the band, like me and my guitar player a couple years ago, sitting there jamming on stage, and we're like, boy, man, shit's changed. And it's like 3-4 kids with Down syndrome in the front and like 4 lesbians like hanging out. I'm like, wow, the times they are changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd just like to put it out there, Mr. the Kid. Times, they are a-changing, but that's not an example of it. That's just the demographic of people that like your music. Kids with Down syndrome in wolf shirts and butch lesbians that have completely fallen behind with the culture and are, in all intents and purposes, not even considered gay anymore by the gay community. That's how unhip they are. That's your fucking audience, dude. Hope you're proud of that. You fucking sideshow fucking Bob.
You're sitting there jamming on stage, and we're like, boy, man, shit's changed. And it's like 3-4 kids with Down syndrome in the front and like 4 lesbians like hanging out. I'm like,
that will never get fucking tired, man. I sort of
times
fucking
they are changing.
Yeah. The times they are changing.
They are, right?
They
you know
are,
one of my favorite
right?
songs of yours? And the Coyotes just move in. I knew a bunch of dudes who lost a bunch of money.
My theory on Los Angeles, or Hollywood is you get all these beautiful girls that migrate there. They want to make it at some level, want to do something. So wherever, it doesn't matter where it is on earth, doesn't have to be Hollywood, wherever there's a bunch of hot chicks, whether it's the local disco club in your town, wherever,
in 3,
a bunch of
2,
fucking greaseballs,
1.
bunch of fucking kooks. If there's a conglomerate of hot chicks hanging out in a concentrated area, it's a bunch of fucking weirdo dudes. Just a bunch of fucking creeps. That's 5 fucking like dive bars.
Yeah. So it's just,
he is describing A, his own audience, and B, his own damn self. This dude is the oiliest, skeeziest, fucking creepiest dude in the music industry. The dude is fucking calling himself out. You are those dudes, Mr. the Kid. You are creepy. Girls who don't know who you are don't want you. No one's approaching your pigtailed ass.
be in proximity to hot chicks.
Yeah, it attracts every D-bag on earth.
You're a D-bag. You're
That's
the quintessential D-bag.
Yeah, if they know that
You
hot chicks are
remember
definitely
going to
going to be there.
popular clubs, different
Oh,
places,
yeah.
and just, wow, there's a ton of hot chicks.
It was
there.
you
They
and
look
Fred
around
Durst in the 90s. You were the D-bags. The capital T,
I remember
capital H,
thinking
capital
of
E,
going, like when I was a kid
D-bag.
and I first started going to clubs, like with my friends, go to a dance club or whatever, just being an idiot, like wearing Cavaricis and looking stupid.
Fuck yeah,
just trying to meet
parachute
girls.
pants.
And all I could think of was like, this is
I'm
like
over it.
the
I'm over
least.
it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it, dude. Oh my god, dude. This dude's got one good song. One truly good song. And it goes a little something like this.
Not tryna grow breasts, sucker, because I wanna be a femboy, baby.
I'll let my dick talk back and the hormones moaning.
Femboy, baby. Main stress chillin' with the cannies on. I wanna be a femboy, baby.
Riding in that shit, yeah, I'm gay.
Femboy, baby.
I can suck your dick from a mile away. Would it be crazy? Hear me out. Would it be crazy? Would it be so crazy if, wait, hold on. I gotta know what this fucking podcast is like. Jeff Foxworthy. Oh, God, dude. Let's see what this shit's about. Let's just watch other people's podcasts. How about that? Let's just make fun of.
Hey, you ever needed something for your home but don't have the cash or credit to pay for it? You can do that at Aaron's. Yep, you can rent to own appliances like washers, dryers, and refrigerators, furniture for your living room or bedroom,
to
even tech. Plus, Aaron's has great brands like HP, Samsung, and Ashley. Life's always changing. Keep it, Peter, in Sacramento. April,
I've spent 4 decades on airplanes and hotel rooms.
Oh, and you won't even travel to go.
Here's the man himself.
But you don't. I had to come to you.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Okay, everybody.
If you listen to podcasts in your Ford Explorer instead of if you listen to podcasts about hunting in your Ford Explorer instead of actually hunting, you might be a suburban liberal who thinks they're a conservative.
Joined today by Jeff Foxworthy, who I've wanted to have you on for forever.
We talked about it years ago.
But you don't. I had to come to you.
Look, I have spent my entire life on the road. It's like it was kind of a race between you and Rogan.
I know, and you won't even travel to go on Joe's show.
No, I won't travel. Joe's like, come, I really want to talk to you. Come do the show. I want to talk about hunting. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fly to Austin.
All the way over to Austin.
Well, but I've spent 4 decades on airplanes and hotel rooms.
I got you.
Yeah.
Comedian,
so it
actor.
worked. You came to my farm.
No, I didn't. I want to finish my intro. Then I want to get into what you were talking about.
Hope it's good.
Whoa, what?
Talk to you. Come do
that
the show.
Awkward.
I want to talk about hunting. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fly to Austin.
All the way over to Austin.
Well, but I've spent 4 decades on airplanes and hotel rooms.
I got you.
I spent 4 decades in hotel rooms and airplanes, man. That shit's scary.
Comedian,
so it
actor.
worked. You came to my farm.
No, I didn't. I want to finish my intro.
He said, no, I didn't. What do you mean? Are you not at his farm? You fucking psycho?
I've spent 4 decades on airplanes and hotel rooms.
I got you.
Yeah.
Comedian,
so it
actor.
worked. You came to my farm.
No, I didn't. I want to finish my intro. Then I want to get into what you were talking about.
Hope it's so awkward.
Corinne wrote the intro.
Oh, okay.
But on the subject, our producer, Corinne, as everyone knows, is Chinese and Jewish, and Jeff's already got half an act.
That's just
well, here's the problem.
What?
Is Corinne
what?
wrote the intro.
Okay.
But on the subject, Corinne, our producer, Corinne, as everyone knows, is Chinese and Jewish, and Jeff's already got half an act.
That's just such a weird combination.
I'm not going to tell anybody the jokes. I don't want to ruin them. He's got half an act. What was the last one?
The only place that you could go to somebody's house and eat mushu matzo balls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You see where it's going. Comedian, actor, author, television host, and writer. The reason I was criticized, but she put perhaps your greatest work. It's not like
super funny, but it's not.
And you probably don't realize it was your greatest work.
It's not racist.
Deer Hunter.
Oh my god.
So
it's not
I'd like
racist.
to say Jeff Foxworthy is the creator of the Incomplete Deer Hunter and a comedian, actor, author, television host, and writer. He's been nominated.
Deer Hunter. Let's just watch Deer Hunter. You guys want to watch Deer Hunter? That's probably way cooler than this. I mean, it is. Everything is less cool than Deer Hunter. One good shot, Nikki. One good shot. We're getting out of here. You and me. We're going home. We're going to get out of this place. Okay, Nikki? One good shot. That's all it takes. Look at me, Nikki. Look at me, Nikki. Shoot. Take your shot, Nikki. Play the game. Play. Play, G.I. You play.
A Grammy. Has a book of poems for kids.
I guess
New
I
York
kind
Times
of got
bestseller.
racist there. But
is a member of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour with Larry the Cable Guy, who I had no idea his name wasn't Larry.
Did you not?
No.
You need to get out more. You spent way too much time in the woods.
You were talking today about how he's played golf for 30 years and never got
better.
one
stroke better. Never. It's not even humanly possible.
Comedy specials.
Well, I'm always getting one stroke better. but I don't golf. All right, so like I'm way too tired for this. I'm way too sick for this. I sound like shit. You guys probably can hear me breathing through my fucking mouth. I know it was like that in the last episode, but now I'm even fucking worse. Difference is I'm fucking self-aware of it. Now I'm just like not breathing. Anyways, yeah, I can't fucking do this. So I'm going to kick it over to our the flagship sister program that longtime fans of the show are aware of. So there's the Village People radio program that has operated for over 50 years. The podcast version only started in like 2009. So and you know, I've only been co-host since 2021. You know, there's been a litany of other hosts, as you guys already know. So I'm just gonna kick it over to them. Whatever they got going on today, that's gonna be the podcast today. Sorry to sort of, you know, self-cannibalize, you know, but you know, the podcast fans don't all listen to the radio show, and the radio show fans don't all listen to the podcast. So, you know, hopefully it's not, you know. So, yeah, all right. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy. WTVP, isn't it? Right. Welcome to the studio. Pretty light day today. We've got actor Jason StHeythem is going to drop by. Pretty exciting. He's got a new movie out. It's called The Beekeeper. I'm not sure what it's about, but I love Jason StHeythem. So he's going to be coming on. And then later, we've got a former clinical psychologist turned OnlyFans creator. Now that's kind of interesting, isn't it? You don't hear about that every day. No siree. Right, so, welcome to the studio, everyone. Jason StHeythem. Right, thank you. I just wanted to make a slight correction. I'm not Jason StHeythem. Oh, you're not? That's odd. I was under the impression... I mean, you look a lot like him. Are you sure you're not Jason StHeythem? I was under the impression I'd be interviewing a movie star. Right, I'm actually the bloke that he is portraying in his films. And, so yeah, I've led a pretty interesting life, I think. And so hopefully you won't mind. Well, I guess we don't. I guess we don't. Well, Mr. How do you say it again? It's, StHeythem. Jason StHeythem. Well, Mr. StHeythem, are you promoting the Beekeeper? Are you on the program to promote, Jason Statham's new movie? Yeah, I am, actually. His movie is about, like I said, my exploits as a beekeeper. I wasn't always a beekeeper.
at the start of my career, I was a mechanic with a bum heart, and I had to keep my adrenaline up at all times, otherwise I would die. After that, I became what's known in the industry as a transporter. Oh, well, do tell me about that. That sounds quite fascinating. Well, yeah, so it's quite simple. I was sort of like a glorified chauffeur for trans kids. Oh, controversial topic. Well, it wasn't so controversial back then. Right, so, as I was saying, all of Jason's movies are based on my life. This newest movie is about my current job as a beekeeper. Right, so just ask me anything. Right, well, Mr. StHeythem, am I saying that correctly? StHeythem? Yes, Jason StHeythem. It's sort of like a Mick or a Mac last name. Capital S, apostrophe T, capital H, StHeythem. Right, yeah, Mr. StHeythem, I must say, I'm a little, I'm a little bit turned around. We had different, questions, but, I am a professional broadcaster, and, we will keep these plates spinning, as they say. I've never heard them say that, actually. Right, well, it's a turn of phrase. So, Mr. StHeythem, I guess, start from, not the beginning. Start from now. What's this new movie about? Well, basically, I got pissed off around 2020. I realized that capitalism's actually bad, and that really it radicalized me. So I became a member of this very secret organization called the Beekeepers. It's basically British Antifa, but we are organized. There is a centralized leadership, unlike Antifa, which is just the belief that fascism is bad and you're positioning yourself as against fascism. The Beekeepers are a legitimate society. So basically, when the old economy is weighing too heavy on the head of the people, so they send in blokes like me, beekeepers, and we rattle the hive, as it were. Right, and by what means do you rattle this hive? Just action movie type stuff, go in dressed as like a maintenance guy for the building, and then just kind of chop throats when they see through my disguise, and just kind of balls to the wall, like Under Siege type shit, The guy that's doing the character right now, he hasn't seen The Beekeeper, so it's about the extent of his knowledge. Basically, I'm in the Beekeeper. I don't know about the fictionalized version, but in my version, I was basically tasked with. I was tasked. Right. Not sure about the fictionalized version, but in my life, I was tasked with taking out this bloody corrupt bloke called George Dantos. I'm sorry, George who? George Dantos. He was this super corrupt, flamboyant queen who had a lot of power in Brixton, and he was taking advantage of old people, Republicans, saying, "Oh, I'm one of you," and taking their donor money, and he was just using it on fucking lip filler and prep and stuff, and that's wrong, that's wrong. And I put an end to that, Bella, and so my future's looking bright. I could do anything now, really. Maybe another Guy Ritchie movie, who knows, Right, yeah. That sounds interesting, if not a little bit like something from America. But, what of your previous professions, Mr. StHeythem? Also, can I call you Mr.? No, actually, I'm non-binary. You may refer to me as them, like ma'am, but them. Certainly. So, Mr. StHeythem, what were some of your previous professions like? Well, I've done a lot, you know. At one point, like I said, I was a mechanic with a heart problem. I had to fuck hot babes and jump out of planes just to get me fucking ticking, you know. Just to keep it ticking. And that was no way to live. Prior to that, I was a chauffeur for trans kids. I'm sorry, you were what? Chauffeur for trans kids on the way to top or bottom surgery. And what was that like? Well, it was quite a lot less controversial than it is now, I can tell you that for sure. Basically, one time, I believe this was my third transporter mission, right, so like one time, I was transporting this Ukrainian lad, wanted to be a girl, but the Russian mafia wanted her back because she was Putin's favorite bath boy. So I was hired by a benefactor, a famous Jewish playboy who did kill himself in prison later, to transport her to Istanbul for top surgery and Athens for bottom surgery. Everything went smoothly, like butter, leading up to the top surgery. But while she was under the knife, the hospital fell under siege by Turkish mercenaries, led by my nemesis Hobbs. I'm sorry, Hobbs? Like the character opposite you in Hobbs and Shaw? Sorry. Like the character opposite you in Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw? The very same one. Except that was just his code name. His real name was Dang No Cock Johnson. And he was brutal. And he used to be my brother. Whoa. Now that's juicy tea. Please. Could you spill that for us, Jason? I could try, but it spans multiple franchises. Anyways, so he was leading these Turkish mercenaries all through the hospital, level by level, floor by floor, just annihilating everyone. It was fucking bollocks. Anyways, he got to me, and we had a little back and forth, a little banter, but basically, I gave him a titty twister, kicked him off the roof, and that was that. Never saw him again. Yeah, we were brothers, but now he's dead. You know, there's other movies that he did that explain our relationship better than I could. They really did our relationship justice, I will say. You basically can get everything you need from watching Jason Statham's movies as far as my relationship with Dang No Cock Johnson is concerned. Bloody brilliant, the work he did. And the writers, too. Wow, that's high praise. Very high praise indeed. Well, I'm an honest bloke. I don't beat around the bush. I don't jostle around your jimmies. And I definitely don't lick around your lolly. I suck it. All right. Well, what happened then? Well, we were on the road to Athens. A goblin named Dershowitz tried to kidnap me cargo and her fresh, raw breasts. I killed him with me bare hands, and in his dying breath he whispered, "You know who sent me. Your name, it rhymes with Jepstein." So I says, "Who the fuck is Jepstein?" And then he died. He died right in my arms. Oh, dear Lord, that is terrifying. What did you do then? Well, I teabagged him, because, you know, I got the dub. And we continued on to Athens, and the nice girl got her bottom surgery, and she sends me postcards today. She's very happy, you know. She's no longer a Russian prostitute as a Ukrainian woman. now she owns her own business in Budapest. And what is that business? She runs an escort service. She manages girls. Right. So she's a pimp? No. She's a girl boss. Oh, right. Yes, that is the loophole there. Well, I mean, I've learned a lot. I'd like to learn more. Is there anything else you can tell us? No, not really. If you want to know more, you can just Google me. You know, I've got a Wikipedia file. I'm sorry, what? What did you say? I've got a Wikipedia file. Oh dear. Oh dear. Jason, I don't think you're saying that right. I don't think that means what you think it means. What do you mean? It's a page full of. Oh, and this is your collection of Well, of course, I've collected it over decades, in fact. We've got a regular Gary Glitter on the program today. Jesus, we just can't catch a break. Well, Jason, that's very concerning, if I'm being honest. Well, Jason, we've got another guest who's about to come on the show. Would you like to stick around and meet him? Why, yes, I'd quite like that indeed. Well, all right. Well, we will be right back. We will be right back with former clinical psychologist Dr. Jordan B. Peterson and his new Onlyfans page after these brief messages. Are you tired of sticking it to your gal? Well, I've got the perfect product for you. It's called the Dune Popcorn Bucket. Go see Dune 2 in theaters now, and they'll give, if you order a large bucket of popcorn, it comes with a crazy Sandworld fleshlight attachment. You can stick your dick in it. It's bloody brilliant. You don't even need to bring a bird. In fact, you probably shouldn't. My date got very mad when I whipped my dick out and started fucking the popcorn bucket right in front of Paul Atreides' eyes. His blue, beautiful Aryan eyes.
Dune, rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
Alright, welcome back. WTVP, it's the Friday morning show. We're here right now with Jason StHeythem, not to be confused with Jason StHeythem. And joining us now is former clinical psychologist turned OnlyFans professional, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. Can I still call you Doctor?
Technically, yes, you may. However, I am just not allowed to advertise that I am a working clinical psychologist.
Oh, well, alright, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. How are you today?
Well, I'm not doing so well. You see, a few months ago, I was on a podcast, in America. I was on a podcast back in the States called The Village People, and they made me admit that I was a cinephile, and I've been cancelled because of it.
Are you sure that's correct? Because, well, in case you didn't know, Dr. Peterson, we are also the Village People. In fact, we precede them by quite a few decades. They can't come up with anything on their own over there in the States, across the pond, as you know. But I assure you, this is not an antagonist interview, and we're big fans of yours.
That is very concerning, actually. But I'm going to continue, as I had to buy my own ticket, and I'm not making as much money these days. OnlyFans does not pay as much as the Daily Wire, I'll tell you that.
So, what exactly do you have to share with us today, Mr. Peterson?
Well, basically, I just wanted to let everyone know that porn is okay to watch again. A study came out recently, and it's actually good. So, with that being said, I would like it very much if all of your fans could subscribe to my new OnlyFans. Because I'm no longer a clinical psychologist. Get it together. So me and my daughter Michaela, she has a podcast too. We go on there and, we do mukbangs where we eat lobsters. I'm sounding like British Jordan fucking Peterson, god damn it. This is such a mess. This episode is such a mess. Well, after I was cancelled by the woke mob, simply for not wanting to have to repurchase my copies of movies such as Juno, Inception, Super with Rainn Wilson, films such as that starring Elliot Page. I just simply did not want to repurchase them because it's a lot of money, and I'm not rich. I make money, telling people that trans people are bad, but it pays the bills. It doesn't create generational wealth. So after I was cancelled, I was forced into doing incest porn with my daughter Michaela. I don't know if you know, but she's really hot. It doesn't make any sense that she came from me. Anyways, it's been going good. I mean, she's a very good lay. And we do lobster mukbangs. You must consider it. Consider subscribing. Consider the lobster. Yeah, so, that's about it.
Right. Jason, do you have any questions for Dr. Peterson?
Yeah, well, so you said you fuck your daughter?
Yes, that is correct. It pays the bills.
Right, well, that's pretty fucked up. Yeah, normally, if I was, if I was still a transporter, I'd probably be hired to get your daughter out of that situation. I don't know, maybe return her to her ex-boyfriend in Romania or something where she would be safe from that kind of sexual exploitation. I believe his name is Andrew Tate. Stand-up guy as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not a transporter, so I've got no authority here. What is the URL? I am interested in subscribing, actually.
Oh, thank you. It is onlyfans.com/TheRainbowConnection. And, it's not a joke about how I sound like Kermit. It's a joke about the connection between LU and children. Anyways, I don't really know if I have that much more to contribute. I'm kind of a feckless pussy, and I'm pretty horny for my daughter right now. So I think I'll fly back to America and go eat her pussy.
All right. Well, that was Dr. quotation marks Jordan B. Peterson. I don't really know what the fuck happened here today, but something certainly did. Anyways, WTVP, we are live every morning, Monday through Friday. You can also catch the weekly The Village People podcast in America, but you can listen to it anywhere. Also, subscribe to the Patreon, TVP Pod, patreon.com/TVP Pod. There you will get access to every single backlog of the radio program since 1972. It's a great deal. Plus, of course, you get the free episodes of the podcast as well as premium episodes. 2 episodes a week from the podcast, 5 from the radio show. It's a very good deal. That being said,
The premium episodes of the podcast don't exist yet because no one has subscribed to the Patreon, and it costs money and time to do 2 episodes a week. Me, I do 5 a week, but this is my bloody job. I'm employed by the radio station. I'm not the original host. This isn't my show. I'm on the payroll. Those guys, though, you know, they're doing their own thing. It's our thing. They stole it, but they have our blessing. And, yeah, so, you know, if you want the host of that show to, you know, not have a day job so that he can, you know, do 2 episodes of his podcast a week, feel free to go to patreon.com/TVPpod and become a patron today. Jason, is there anything you'd like to say before we go? I'm a bit of a champagne problem. Also, Kid Rock sucks. Dr. Peterson?
I'm already crying. I can't. Please turn off my mic.
Well, there's only one thing left to do this week, and that's plugs. Don't have much to plug. All I do is this show, but I do have plugs from the American program. Apparently, we are their show today, so we will be doing their plugs as well. Lazy fucking Yankees. Anyways, it appears next week on the Village People podcast, they will be having stand-up comedian and comedic singer-songwriter from Athens, Georgia, Duke Ferguson, on the show. Duke is a very funny stand-up comedian and comedic singer-songwriter. So it should gel with their brand of comedy very well. I do hope you enjoy. Right, so that's our show for this week. I've been your host, Alan Zachary. I hope I still have a job by tomorrow morning. Anyways, we're gonna go out tonight. We're gonna end the show tonight with a clip from the early days of the broadcast. In this clip, performing was the first time on a live show. The band, really excited to share this with the modern audience because a lot of folks probably don't remember that we were the first to have them. Anyways, we're going to travel back in time to 1970. Black Sabbath live on the Village People. We'll see you next week.
Finished on a woman 'cause she couldn't keep it in her joint. People think that I am gay because I say it all the time. All day long I fuck my bum until I come and then I cry. Think I'll lose my mind if I don't find a dick to fucking ride. Can you milk me or cream pie my brain? Oh yeah. I need someone to show me their dick 'cause I cannot find mine. I can't see my penis, dude, here, have a look, I wouldn't lie. Make me choke and I'll get high and you will bust and I will cry. A penis I cannot feel, your cum in me is so unreal. And so as you see these turds fall out my ass onto a plate, I tell you to enjoy, please. It's frosted turds with extra skeet. WT